Everybody, this is King Kai's. This is a new what if I'm doing, which is what if Minato was reborn as Izuku Midoriya, part 1. Hope y'all enjoy and hit the intro. Now, the way this happens is when Minato dies, his eyes is closed. And all of a sudden, he feels a warm sensation. And it feels almost as though he's coming out of a tunnel. After a few days, getting well acquainted to the fact that he is now a newborn child by a new name, a new family, and a new everything. Now, when he crossed over to the My Hero Academia world, another thing happened. The Nine Tails, it merged with his soul, and he fused it with the Reaper Death Seal. Which means when the third Great Ninja War happens, Minato's not gonna come back. Nigga's long gone. Anywho, for the first few years, he tries to get well acquainted by it in a world where there are things such as called quirks. Now, he's going to he's not going to completely adapt to it, but he does slowly, and he trains to be a shinobi, just like what he did in his past life. And he has an infinite reserve of chakra, so it's pretty much good. And after a while, he saw Bakugo bullying this one kid. Now, when he was bullying this kid, he saw something inside of him. It reminded him of a memory. One of how he met Kushina, and he used the flying Raijin to get to where Bakugo was, and he pushes Bakugo aside and helps the girl up. And when people saw that, they were amazed. Scratch that. When he appears right in front of Bakugo, he throws a Rasengan straight at his stomach, knowing full well that that's not going to hurt him because it was a mini Rasengan. Just imagine Midoriya doing a Rasengan like that and just shooting at his stomach. Anywho, after the little display of power, the teachers just ran over to see what happened. And when they ran over, they saw that something was weird. Midoriya had a quirk. Now, when they started asking questions, they understood why Midoriya attacked him. It was because he was bullying a girl. Now, this mysterious girl's name is Kirishima. Never mind. Scratch that idea. I guess I'll go with probably Momo. Yeah. Her name was Momo Yaoyorozu. She introduced herself, and they got along. And once the parents came and started to talk, overall they got over the whole entire problem about the fight. Did what parents did. Everything was good. And a few years pass by, and Midoriya is now training up, and he's got like all of his abilities back. And every time he uses his so-called quirk, it doesn't drain him at all, like how he used to. The first time that he used with the Rasengan and the Flying Raijin, he passed out right after, which kind of scared the teachers. But now, like when they went to the quirk doctor said that he doesn't have a quirk. But then they start to see him do amazing things. Afterwards, they also saw him, like they asked to see his full capability and if he knows like any of it. Well, he ended up performing the Shadow Clone. Made about like 1,000 of them. Then he did a transformation jutsu, did the Flying Raijin, the Rasengan, and a bunch of other techniques. But those are the ones that are going to be commonly known as input as like his quirk, which he chooses to put on. Like the name of the quirk he's going to say is Hokage. Because just like that, never mind. Screw that. I'm not gonna go with that. He calls his quirk, so-called quirk, Yellow Flash. I think that was his name that the Sand gave him. Anywho, he went by his new name, which was the Yellow Flash. And after like 2 years, not 2 years, like once he was about 10 to like 11, he was practicing, like, and as he was practicing, his mom asked like why he always does hand signs. And he starts to teach his mom like ninjutsu, like taijutsu, genjutsu, and ninjutsu. Pretty much all of them. She's not good at it, but overall she's at the same level as a Genin. No, Chunin is better, but she's not like the strongest. And ever since like she learned those techniques, she started getting better at she got better, as you could say, per se. And she started her job as a hero. And over a while, she became number the seventh ranked hero in the Hero Association, which kind of like a lot of people like knowing who Midoriya's that was his mom and all that, yada, vice versa and everything. So after now we're gonna go to the start of the anime. And when the Sledge villain attacks Midoriya, has a little rock in his hand, and he just I'll say that he has his knife, like the one that he had in Naruto. He made it in this world, and he threw that knife and it went flying straight past everything. And after it flew for about 10 to 12 meters away, he used the Flying Raijin, and he just teleported out of there. Afterwards, he did a hand sign and threw a fireball at it, which completely burnt the villain to a crisp. And when All Might comes to see that, he is impressed by Midoriya about how he did it. And then he takes a mental note of him being the next candidate for All for One. One for All. Sorry. Okay, so after I got the autograph and everything, things slowly get back to normal for Midoriya as he walks back home. And when he's walking back home, he's reminiscing about his old life, the life that he had with Kushina and the life that he could have had with Naruto. And overall, just wondering if he could find his way back home. But thinking about it, he probably isn't going to. So he was going to try and enjoy his life in this one. Now, he's I think I got more time. So after a few days, he takes the UA entrance exam, and he doesn't want to go through the recommendation route, but his mom does give him the offer, which he declines and says that he wants to do it with his own power. With the whole entire test, he passes with flying colors because technically he's still a genius. I'm talking hella smart. And because of that, he's already he's gotten first place, and Nezu decided to put a trick question just to trip up people, in which case Minato solved the problem, and he especially added a little something to it, and just gave the correct answer and everything. Passed with flying colors. Momo is in second place now. But when it comes to the practical exam, he very well just keeps calm and keeps to himself. So he doesn't get to meet Uraraka, and he doesn't get to talk to Ida. But after the moment the gate opens, he just everybody sees some just yellow flash disappear, and afterwards they see him on the other side, and he keeps on going around destroying robot after robot after robot, and he gets a total of 160 points, in which afterwards he goes up on top of a building and just sits there and lets everybody do their thing. And once the zero pointer comes out, well, before that, the teachers are amazed about how he took down so many of the robots in a matter of minutes. Not hours, minutes. I mean, we're talking a shit ton of robots. And after a while, he just they try to see what he's gonna do next, but all he's doing is just sitting down and relaxing. In which case, Nezu does a maniacal laugh and presses a special button, which summons a bunch of robots. And these robots, they pretty much attack. Yeah, they are about to step on Uraraka, but before that can happen, Minato goes into the Nine-Tails cloak, the one that Naruto had at the end of Shippuden. He went into that form, and he just goes there in a yellow flash, and he does a ginormous, well, I don't know if it counts as a Rasen Shuriken, but the the nine-tail beast bomb or something like that. Yeah, he does that attack, which completely evaporates that bitch. There's nothing left. And it destroys the robot. Afterwards, he gets Uraraka, and he gets the rebel off her, picks her up, and he tries to he just runs around looking for some way of helping her. And I'm out of time, but this is where I'm gonna end it. Hope y'all enjoy.